Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo of the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we're about to get started with Open Mic Live. I have all of you here on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter, and right over here, I have folks on Instagram as well. So, about to get started, but as always, a word from our sponsor.
At InDigital, we know that public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI Net goes beyond industry standards, not only i3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Yo, what is going on? Once again, this is Ricardo of the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we're about to get started here with Open Mic Live. And again, I've got all of you folks here on this camera for Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. And then, bam, right down here, I've got Instagram as well. I've got people on Instagram who are watching, and I'm going to try to do all of this at the same time. So if you see me look over here really quick, it's because I'm looking at the Instagram audience, but also coming back over here. So, oh man. All right. So we're going to have some fun, and welcome everyone to Open Mic Live. Usually this is on a Thursday, right? But I was out of town. I was in Florida for the NINA SBP conference, the Standards of Best Practices, and it was an excellent one. There was a lot of cool stuff that people were talking about, some important topics, and a few of those that we're going to end up having not only the Dispatchers Roundtable, but also on the podcast. So I'm going to have multiple episodes that are going to be coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for all of that. There's a lot coming up, but thank you all for joining me. It has been a week. It has been excellent. And as always, this live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital, and a big shout out to patrons as well as Facebook subscribers. Thank you very much for everything. I wouldn't be able to do what it is that I do if it wasn't for all of you, especially those that are here with me right now, watching, listening, sharing, supporting, all of that. So thank you so very much. I appreciate it. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Because that's one of the things that we do with Open Mic Live is we check in with each other. Because when I started this, Open Mic originally started in, I think it was about 2017. All right. So it was about 2017 when I started Open Mic, because it went along with Imagine Listening, the Imagine Listening session that I do. Those first 30 minutes, people are sharing IM 911 stories, emotionally intense. I didn't want the session to end that way, right? So the last 30 minutes of that is Open Mic, and that's where we share the funny side of 911. So we start out emotionally intense, and then we share all the funny shit that happens in 911. It's a lot of fun. 2020 though, we've got pandemic going on. There's protests as well all over the place. And one night at about 11:30, and I'm pretty sure it was on a Sunday, because one of the things that I was seeing was, a lot of folks on social media, just nobody was having there wasn't a lot of good stuff going on, right? There's lockdown, and you got these protests, and shit is just going to hell. And I thought, I want to go live and just talk, just see how people are doing, right? And maybe share some funny stories. And if I'm sharing, maybe others will share as well. And we just continue doing that. And I've been doing it ever since. So that's what Open Mic Live is all about. We're sharing these stories, but laughing is good medicine. And that's what we're doing here. It's not about the people, um, because those are the people that we're helping, right? That's what we're doing. But it's the situation, right? There's a situation that happens in 911 where sometimes you get that phone call and you're like, is this real life? Is this really going on? And it is, because this shit happens. and it's up to us to do all of that. So I thank you, all of you, for the job that you do, and for joining me for Open Mic. It is always awesome jumping in here with all of you. So, like I ask for every open mic, how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome? How are you doing? How are you feeling? And here on Instagram, throw that in the comments there. What's your number? How are you feeling? And of course, all of you here as well on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We've got folks that are jumping in here, and roll call. Where are you watching from? And if this is your first time here for Open Mic, throw that in there as well. I'd like to know that. I like to know when there's new folks that jump in and everything. So we got Shannon here. We got Shar. This is awesome. We've got folks here on Instagram as well. Shar over here says, I got my Ben and Jerry's ready. I need this open mic this week after a very difficult call this week. That's what this is about. That's why we jump on. Now, here's the other thing is, at the end, we check to see what your number is. We check in the beginning, and then we check at the end, right? Even if your number went up one number, or even if it stayed the same, you're here. And we're supporting each other in healing, finding some form of closure through the power of storytelling, but also through some humor, right? That's what's fun about this. And that's why I love doing this with all of you. So, what is your number? And where are you watching from? And Shar, hopefully we can, whatever your number is coming in, we can get it up there as well. I've got a lot of stories here to share and some videos and stuff. So let's have some fun. Let's share some stories, or even if you just want to talk and just share whatever, fuck it, man. Let's do it. That's what this is all about. All right. So we got Shannon here saying, Ricardo, I'm groovy. I signed my conditional job offer with the Ohio Highway Patrol. Nice. Well done. I'd say I'm about 15 out of 10. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I would say I'm about an 8 coming in, and I know by the end of this I'll be way up there. Also, let's say let's go with a 9, because I have Instagram here as well. And this is fun because I've got the entire audience now. Let's see. Tracy's jumping in here. 9 out of 10. Often 45 minutes. Nice. All right. Very nice. Roxy, what up? What's going on? Jamie here watching from Wisconsin, getting ready for my shift. Excellent. Char, currently a 3 to 4. Okay. Again, try to get that number up there. And Roxy, 72. You're at a 72? Nice. I like that. And watching from the prairie. Little house on the prairie? Sorry. See, but look at right here. This is what I love here when Roxy jumps in and says, Yo, Shar, you got this. Keep your head up. Yes. Love it. And all of you here on Instagram as well. Let's do this. Char, LOL, you need to bring back the dispatch this. That was always so much fun. I will be. And actually, there's something that a video that I'm going to share that would be a good dispatch this. Yes, Shannon, I'm having a beer for you. Hang in there. Yeah, there you go. James jumping in here. Go Eagles. All right. I've been paying attention a lot to football. I just got back. I was working all week and been creating a bunch of different shit. So it's been good. My brother's jumped in here. All right, what's going on? He's at an 8. Awesome, awesome. And for those of you here on Instagram, what are your numbers? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome. How are you feeling? How are you doing? I see we got a bunch of people that are jumping in here. All right, so continue doing this. And I posted episode 478. Okay. Episode 478 is out there right now. The audio is out there. If you're a Facebook subscriber or a patron of the podcast, you've got the video already. I'm going to be posting the video tomorrow. It's an excellent episode. It's with Shay, and she's out of Nevada. Not the Shay that I posted recently, the blog post. This is a different Shay. This Shay that I spoke to last week, she's like 6 months in to dispatch, and it was awesome to be able to talk to her and hear how things have been going, right? And what it's been like for her through this time, and then going off on her own. So I love doing episodes like this too, because it kind of brings me back, and you'll hear that in the conversation as well, where we kind of reflect and everything, because it's always good to remember where you come from. I think a lot of times people, end up getting jaded, right? In this, not just this job, not just this profession, but in all professions, people sometimes end up getting jaded. And I think one of the things is that we forget, right? We forget what it was like in the beginning. And sometimes it's cool to go back and reflect and be like, oh shit, I went through that. I went through that as well. And and you realize, and sometimes it can bring you back, you know? It can bring you back to the way the way it was. Maybe not completely the way it was, right, in the beginning, but it's always good to think back on a lot of that stuff there. So, it's an excellent episode. You will enjoy it, and, I'm excited to put it out tomorrow. Again, the audio is already out there, um, but it's a good one. Thank you, Shay, for jumping on. And let's see, Roxy says that's a cool perspective for an episode. Jamie says I listened to that podcast with Shay on my way home this morning. Awesome. What did you think, Jamie? What did you think of that episode? Because it was cool to hear that that excitement for the profession. And one of the things was she was simply taking notes. She was taking notes for somebody, and the person's like, dispatch, you need to be in dispatch, because she was doing so well. And so it was really cool to hear all of that, and just that perspective. So it was good. Again, make sure to check that out. The video is going to be out tomorrow, but the audio is already out there. And let's see, Rebecca says I do too. Everyone knew when I was working because Little House was always on the TV at the beginning of the shift. Oh, you're talking about Little House. Dude, I like Little House on the Prairie too. Anybody here on Instagram, you watch Little House on the Prairie? um I think if you have like Amazon Prime or something, you can watch every season. And the crazy thing about that is that when you get to like towards the end of the entire series, that shit gets crazy. Spoiler alert, they blow up the fucking town. I'm sorry if you haven't seen. I mean, the show's been off the air forever, but they blow up the town. What? It's pretty nuts, man. Like, I had read about it and I thought, no, they don't. That's not what's gonna happen. Sure as shit, they do. They blow up the entire town. Again, this is Little House on the Prairie. I shit you not. If you don't believe me, simply go to YouTube and look it up and just watch that clip because that happens. It's crazy. Oh, what is going on? Yeah, long time no see. It's been a while. Let's see. Let me look back here. Jamie says, I thought it was great. It was just under 2 years, or I'm just under 2 years in. And now it was nice to see her background in accounting, jack of all trades turned dispatch. Yes, yes, that was cool because yeah, it went from like doing accounting and taxes and shit to bam to dispatch. So it was an interesting turn, and I think she also she says that she was driving like a coach bus and stuff too. And I ended up asking her. I thought, so I'm pretty sure all of that was getting you ready for dispatching. Now, if you think about it, I'm going off script here of my notes because there's other shit that I was going to talk about, but I want to talk about this here really quick. Let's stay with this, okay? How many of you, and I'm talking to you too, Instagram here, how many of you, your job before dispatch, if you think about it, was something that actually prepared you for 911, for working in 911, for being in this profession? How many? I want to see in the comments here how many of you kind of feel like that your past jobs or some experiences did that for you. Because I had retail management, a clothing store that I managed, and also a Blockbuster. And people would come in pissed off, and you would have to use your power of conversation to be able to get through and maneuver and all of this. And then, later on, years later, I'm working in dispatch and it's pretty much the same shit. And it was stuff that I had to prepare for. And I'm sure it's the same for all of you as well. Now let me look back here. And so Dan says sounds like a good listen during the Sunday morning wee hours. Yes, very, very. James says Mr. Ingalls thought they were flares. He thought they were something. Jamie, what is going on? Hey, I'm late coming in, but hey, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. And Selena, what is going on? I got your email, by the way. And yes, I do want you on the podcast. I'm going to send you that link, but I do have your email. Selena says waitressing. Yes, the multitasking, right? Memorization. Also, dealing with your customers that are there and just in all of that. And you translate it over to taking calls. It works, man. It works. Jamie says I was a cook at a barbecue joint. Same thing. You're in there multitasking and also under pressure. It's hot as fuck in there, probably, right? And in dispatch, as you know, there's two, right? Two temperatures, cold as balls or hot as balls. One of the two. Or you could say like Arctic tundra or the gates of hell. Either way, it's the same thing. So in a barbecue joint, I could see that. Jamie says came from emergency medicine and EMS. Yes. So you have all of that there. Jamie says, um, I think it was a mother of four. I was the queen of multitasking. Yeah, yes. I love that. See? Selena says multitasking and dealing with all types of people, however, couldn't hide my facial expressions at the table. Oh, that's right. That's one thing, right? Like, because when you're on the phone and you're taking calls, you're like The Office, like Jim. you know, looking into the camera and shit. But when you're in front of people and that happens and you make that look, then they go, "Excuse me?" You can't hide it. No, you're right. You can't hide it. Tracy says, "Any job dealing with customers was prep for 911. All personalities." Yes. Yes. Dan says, "As a medic, um, easily did. I tried to go into public education and I couldn't transition. I easily made it work in dispatch." Nice. Excellent. Even though I said for years, "No way." But now I am glad I'm in the chair. So, yeah, see? So it translates. Whoa, my voice just cracked. I'm like 13 years old again. Holy shit. Excuse me. All right. So let's see. Shannon says, "Not me. I was working dead end jobs. I went to college for broadcasting. I worked at a local radio station for a while, but it was kind of shitty." Okay. Well, I mean, in a way, you were kind of training a little bit because you were on the radio, right? You were on the radio. And you got to keep everything flowing when you're on the radio as well. Because if you're king and unking and trying to get whatever you're trying to say out and it's not coming out, the officers are going to be like, "The fuck is going on? What are you doing?" Radio. So, in a way, yeah, you were kind of. Yeah, you were kind of. We got more people jumping in here on Instagram. Hello, hello. And let's see, Jamie says, "Hell yeah, I didn't pack on weight till I went to dispatch. Barbecue joint had me sweating to death." I can just imagine. Yeah, for sure. Lone, what is going on? Hello, welcome. Let's see. Dan says, "Shannon, we have a DJ dispatcher." Lone says, "Same here. My transition from fire and EMS to dispatch was easy, and I am thankful as my body broke down to get into dispatch." Cassandra, what is going on? Hello. This is awesome. Also, as a reminder, please make sure to share this broadcast, throw in some reactions, because that builds more, that brings more people in, and we can have an even bigger conversation. So this is good. Welcome all. Welcome. There are tons of people on right now. Should I be doing this on a Saturday and not a Thursday? I don't know. Let me know because this is interesting. I'm looking at the amount of people who are on and everything, and this is interesting. So Saturday? Saturday? Maybe I'll put that out there as well. Tracy says, "Yes, I dig this. This is good." Jamie says, "I love those white frame glasses, bro." Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. But now you can't really see it on here on my phone on Instagram. You can see it right there. There's actually a crack. There's a crack in my lenses. Well, in my frames, not my lenses. That was stupid. My frames, not the lenses. So, I don't know if yeah, there you go. On this camera here, if you look if you can see it right there. I've got a crack in the frame. So, but when I lean back, you can't see shit. You can't see it. So, I do need to buy some more, and I'm gonna buy another pair of these because people seem to dig them, and I really like them too. So, thank you. I appreciate that. Selena says both days. Lone says you used to do it on Saturdays, and it was much better in my book. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's try this because I could do it on Saturday. Jamie says Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. Isn't that a song or something? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, and she says, "I still love them, Ricardo, even with the crack." Thank you. Now this is good, but so okay, hold on, really quick before we go on to the next part. Um, the reason for the crack in the glasses is my own dumbass fault. I don't ever put them in the stupid case. Uh, I'm pretty sure all of you who wear glasses, like my sunglasses, I put them in a case. Well, my prescription glasses, the ones that help me see all the time, even though I wear contacts and shit, I don't. They end up going in the side pocket of my backpack, and that's why they're bullshit now. That's why they're like this. Damn it. Jamie says, "I never put them in a case either." Okay, so I'm not the only one. How about here on Instagram? Glasses, do you put them in your case? Prescription glasses. Sunglasses. See, that's the thing, right? With sunglasses, You don't want that shit to mess up. You're paying a lot of money for both. So why don't you do it for both? Me? Because I don't give a shit. Because I'm lazy, I guess. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Instagram. Faith Kid 1 says, nope. See? So I'm not the only one. So, okay. All right. This is good. Excellent. We're finding out some more shit. Okay. So, oh, Sabrina says, oh, hold on. Let me go back over here. My brother over here says, when they're new for maybe a month, then no one cares. Correct. Yes. You are spot on because I'm the same way. I would take care of them like crazy. And then I'm rushing to a plane or whatever, and I just throw them in the bag and I don't care. And then they end up like this. Sabrina says, I never do either, and they're all scratched up because of it. Okay. All right. We are all in this together. Very nice. Okay. So there's been something that I've been doing. And I don't know if you've noticed here on Instagram or all of you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, but I've been doing some research lately. And I'm trying to figure out some of these algorithms. Okay. So this is what I did. And I'm glad my brother is here in the audience as well. Because oh, hold on. Shannon says, LOL, I have a funny glasses story. I was super pumped to get my $400 glasses. Damn. Are you balling? That's good. They were truly awesome. I could see and my headache stopped. Well, one day I was running late and forgot my glasses. My best pup, Pickle, decided to eat them. What? I had them for 2 months. Now I stick with dollar store readers. I mean, the shit happens, right? It happens. Oh, my brother says, it's always, this time I'll take care of them. No, you won't. Yeah, exactly. It's like, whenever I get a new grill, I'm like, well, no. This time I did. I got a Traeger grill. I've been taking care of that thing like it's my child. I love grilling, and my Traeger is awesome. Selena over here says, I have like 20 empty glasses cases, no glasses in them. Also says $400. Holy cow, I'm a Zenny optical gal. Dude, Zenny. This is from Zenny as well, so I got you. And how about you over here on Instagram? Anybody, you go through Zenny as well? No? Okay. So my brother has got a super cute Yorkie poo named Dio. D-I-O. Like Ronnie Dio. I think that, right? That's the name. I'm a fan, and now I'm like drawing a blank. Okay. Anyway, what I noticed is that a lot of people are consuming videos, and my brother and I were talking about this as well. Consuming videos that are like 15 to 20 seconds, 30 seconds sometimes at the most. TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. So this is what I started doing. I started posting videos of my brother's dog just to test it, just to see what the difference is. Oh my God. I posted one dog video, and that bitch had like almost 2,000 views within an hour or so. What? So we've got these videos that I've been creating, like bonus content and other things of like stuff that I'm creating like while I'm working and stuff, and I put them out there. And I mean, they're doing well, but not like these other ones that are just showing some bullshit. Not that Dio is bullshit. Love that dog. The dog is awesome. I just mean that it's something that it took nothing, right? It took nothing to really put it together, where some of these videos I'm really working on them and they're like barely getting anything. But yet I'm putting up some of these dog videos or some other ones, and they're just like, bam, they're just going and going. So I've been testing all of this stuff, and it's pretty interesting to see what people are watching, what they're consuming, and how long they're consuming for. It's pretty crazy. If you ever get a chance, test it. You'll see. Shannon says, yo, dog talk is where it's at. Yeah, pretty much. Cassandra says, that's what I've been looking into using since our TikTok had to be taken down. Oh, I was wondering what happened. Tracy says, Cassandra Grimm, what the fuck? Your TikTok is what got me to go to it. Yeah, exactly. My brother says 10 seconds. Yeah. How about you folks over here on Instagram? Have you noticed some of that stuff? Like some of the videos that people are consuming, they're very short, little video bursts. And awesome. Yeah, Instagram, we got a heart going there. All right. Yeah, throwing some reactions. I like that. Very nice. So again, this is some stuff that I've been testing, and it has been super interesting to see. So I want to share one of the videos here that I made. Now, this is not a dog one, but this is one that I did. And let me kind of move this a little bit here on for Instagram because I'm gonna turn this around. Let me switch the audio here really quick so that everybody will be able to hear it. So this first one here, let me switch it over here for Instagram. Oop. There we go. All right. Yes. So now everybody will be able to see it. I'm going to put my headphones down here so that they can hear it through the microphone. But here's the thing. When I went to Florida, my mom didn't know that I was going to be there. My sisters and my brother-in-law knew, and my brother, but our mom didn't know. Okay. So here we go. And let me play this. So that was one of them, right? That was one of them, and that was a lot of fun. So let me switch this back over here really quick on Instagram. All right, there we go. So that was so much fun. That was cool, and I hadn't thought about it fully yet when I was putting it together. I was just like taking little clips. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll do something, and I thought, oh, mom has no idea that I'm going to be there, so I have those clips. Let me see if I can put something together. That was just a few seconds, right? And that showed a lot. And and my mom was just, as you saw, like she was screaming. She's like, ah. She's like, I didn't know you were gonna be here. What are you doing here? So there was another thing, right, that happened, and it was super cool. It was one of the coolest places that I got to go to. Now, for those watching here on Instagram and all of you here, how many of you dig sushi or even like gourmet ramen or ramen in general? All right, so here we go. I want to show this to you. This place is called Kura Sushi, and it's a revolving sushi bar. Okay. Oh, Cassandra. Cassandra's response is a nauseous look. Oh my god. I love it. That is awesome. Oh, that is excellent. And Selena says, ramen, love. Shar says, I love the bond you have with your mom. Her reaction was so heartwarming. Dude, I about cried. Like, right after that, I stopped the video and I was just holding on to my mom and stuff, which was kind of funny, though, at the same time, because, like, I'm 5'11 and she's just straight up 5 foot. And her her face was like in my freaking pit, dude. It was funny, but even with that, like, she's like teary-eyed, and then I'm like, oh no, if you cry, I'm gonna cry, we're all gonna cry. So I was trying to hold it back and stuff, but then we were just like, so it was cool. It was awesome. Yeah, mom, if you're watching, I love you. And it was awesome. It was really cool to be able to do that and surprise mom and everything. It was awesome. See, Rebecca says, I love when you surprise your mom. I did that once too. My mom thought it was my sister and granddaughter. Was so great. Yes, love that. Courtney says, you're doing super cool stuff, my friend. Thank you for not doing that in the rooms I moderated last week. No one ever needs to see that chaos. It was fantastic to see you last week. It was awesome to see you too. And just so you know, I did take a little bit of video, and it's coming soon. Courtney. Yes. But you're not in it. You're not in there. You were actually, I think you were standing in back of me when I did it. And it's just a quick pan across. Courtney goes, "No, dude, no." Yeah. You weren't in the video. Again, yeah, she's like, "Oh, thank God." Yeah, it was just a quick pan to the side. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do anything with it, but, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Dispatcher Dobby, what's going on over here on Instagram? Hello, hello. And, so, okay, let me look back over here. Selena says, "Give me all the noodles." Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dawn, what's up, Dawn? My assistant producer for the podcast, right up in there. What's up, yo? She says, "Yeah, sushi is vomit." What? Dude. And then my brother says, "I hope you didn't smell like hot beef." Thanks, bro. I might have, though, because I was on a plane. I was flying all day. Well, all morning, not all day, all morning. Okay. I was flying all morning. So maybe, and maybe mom didn't say anything. Maybe, maybe she was in my pit as I'm holding her and stuff. And she's like, uh. She never said anything, but who knows? Maybe I did smell like hot beef. Maricela, cousin, what's going on? And she's laughing at what Nanda said. That's messed up, dude. But you might be right. I don't know. Let's see. Don says, I like ramen, though. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so let me show you this. Let me share this here really quick, because this was another one that I did. And like both of these did very well. It was good. All right, let me switch this over for the Instagram folks. Oops, wrong way. All right, there we go. Yeah, see, that was super cool as well. And here, oops, see all my stuff over there, Instagram. So there you go. That was the place that I went to. Again, Kura Sushi, revolving sushi bar. And Cassandra says, okay, that's pretty neat. I'd go for the experience, but only order water. Dude, they've got other stuff there, like, so the cool thing is so you saw the screen, right? So the screen, you can order stuff. So there's sushi that's coming across, all kinds, and there's different things too that they're putting on there, but when you order, it tells you, like, it's gonna take 3 minutes or 4 minutes or whichever, and then it'll go dun, 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 or, it'll do some sort of notification, and then whoosh, just like you saw in the video where it comes by, it does the same thing. So you could get the gourmet ramen, it would pop over, and then there were other things too that would pop up, and it was one of the coolest places, man. So if you get a chance, if there is a Kura Sushi revolving sushi bar around you, do it. Oh, Selena, anybody having Terminator vibes? Okay, so yes, right? A little bit, a little bit, because all of that stuff is like automated. Everything is going out, and you've got these little robots that are coming up, and you see the little face, and it comes right up to the table, turns around, and then there's those 3 levels, and there's like a little cap with a number on it, and like our table was 37. So you take whatever's there for that number, and then it turns around and it takes off and goes to the next person to drop off the stuff. And now when it takes off, I didn't get a chance to get the video because the face was a little higher from where I was sitting, but the little face ends up winking at you, and then it goes away. And you're like, "What?" So that when you're walking around there, all of these little robots are just dropping off drinks or other, like, little soups and stuff, and it was, again, one of the coolest freaking things, man. If you get a chance, you need to go. And again, I created this little video. I was just taking these little shots, and then we went to the mall after that, and while I was sitting waiting for my sisters, my brother-in-law and I were just sitting waiting for my sisters and, and my mom, and I did this video while sitting there. I just edited everything while we were sitting there waiting, and then I posted it up, and they're like, "So what were you guys doing?" I was like, "Editing a video." Orlando Taco Bar. Yeah, that would be cool too. Have little robots coming around with, the different drinks and everything, but also revolving different tacos, carnitas, carne asada. Dude, oh, somebody's got to do it. Who's going to do it? One of you guys, someone's got to do it. Someone has to do it. That would be the shit. That would be so good. And let's see. Oh, my brother says, as long as they shoot me with balls of rice, I'll be happy. Yes, that's funny. That wasn't its winking face. Cassandra, all right, now we got you in. How about over here on Instagram? What would you like to see that's like this with robots and shit? Sounds like we've got, a revolving taco place that's going up as well. Woo! I've got my Ric Flair thing going. All right, let me drop this here. And okay, so this next thing that I want to share, okay? This next thing has to do with when I was I don't even know how to say this. This is so funny. So I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before. But whenever I fly out of Detroit because one, it is like $400 to $500 cheaper than flying out of Fort Wayne or Indianapolis, okay? And it's almost all the time nonstop. Nonstop. And it's an awesome airport too. Very cool. However, I don't know about you, but for me, I always use the bathroom before getting on the plane because I don't want to use the bathroom on the plane. I mean, it's pretty small in there. I'm not claustrophobic or anything in that way, but there's so many people on the plane already. Like, I don't want somebody to be coming up and it's like, boom, 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 boom. You're like, I'm trying to go to the bathroom, even if I'm just, hitting the head. If I'm just going pee or whatever, I don't want somebody who's there just like knocking on the door. And if there's no way I'm going to be dropping heat either. I'm not going to be dropping heat on the plane because I am not going to be the person who ends up opening the door and one of the flight attendants standing right there and is like, uh. No, no, that's not going to be me. I don't want to be that one. I don't want to be that person. So I use the bathroom before I get on the plane. Take a pregame, right? Pregame it. Pregame bathroom break. Oh, man. Oh, hold on a minute. Lavelle says, no, sir. Lavelle, what is going on? Hello. 91 Bowler says, last thing we need is stage fright. This is great. Oh, man. Orlando says, I don't see how they do the Mile High Club in a mini potty. Oh, man. Dan says, took a 19.5 hour leg to Vietnam this year. I did my best to hold it the entire trip. I get it. Hold on a minute. Hold on. And Ryan, what is going on? I see you just jumped on here on Instagram. What's up, dude? I've got you here on Instagram and I've got everybody else over here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Okay, hold on. Now, Ryan, I don't know if you heard this, but we're talking about having to use the bathroom before you get on the plane. Okay. Dan, for 19, you took a 19.5 hour leg and you did your best to hold it did you actually hold it though? Like that's pretty badass. Like, what's up, dude? That's pretty badass if you were able to do it, but holy moly. Like, I feel like I would be in pain trying to hold it that long. Cause you know that once you get up, Ryan Chambers over here. What's up, dude? He says, I joined at the perfect time. Yes. Well, Dan says, one way I did, just skip those blood pressure pills. I'm all I'm saying is that all I can imagine is holding it that long or maybe even half that time, right? And you go to get up, but you can't stand all the way up because you're like doubled over because you're in pain from having to hold it. Like, holy shit. Literally holy shit, because I would be praying. I would be praying that it wasn't like a broken soft serve ice cream machine. That would be horrible, man. But that is impressive, dude. I commend you. I commend you on that. Cassandra says, just blame it on the rotating taco bar. Yes, for real. I wouldn't even get on the plane after that because that would be bad. And yeah, my eyes are watering right now because I'm laughing so much. They're starting to burn a little bit. Oh my God. Maricela says, impressive holding it in. Yeah. Yeah. Cassandra says, it's serious when you start sweating and get goosebumps. Dude, okay. How many of you have been there? Like okay, let's say you're leaving, right? You're leaving from a place and you're driving or like right before you leave, you think, no, I got this. I think I got this. I can take it. And you're halfway home and you're like, oh no. That happens. That shit happens. Rebecca says, "Why is it every time I try to watch open mic, something big comes in? Tonight was a jumper from oh, no way. And a gas leak at a closed firehouse used. Oh, man." Char says, "Rebecca, open mic must be your Q word." Well, hopefully everything clears up pretty fast, and then you can come back. Um, let's see. Selena says, "Praying to the poop gods, please." Please, baby Jesus. Yes. We've all been there, right? Okay. So let me get back to what I was going to say originally, okay? So in Detroit at their airport, and I know I've talked about this before, but and I don't know if you've ever actually looked at it, but those doors, any stall, right, that you go into, usually the lock, like the piece of the lock is about that long, right? And then there's the latch and it goes all the way in. So there's no way to open it, right? But not at the Detroit airport. At the Detroit airport, the lock piece that goes into the latch is like this, barely there, barely there. Sam, what is going on? Welcome on Instagram. So, when you're in the stall and you go to lock it, that little bit of metal, it doesn't stay in the slot. So, for example, you're in the stall. You're in the stall trying to get that pregame going before you get on the plane. And some dude is like beast mode, running to the bathroom. Like you can hear them. And instead of doing a fucking courtesy stall, right? They're right next to you. And when they open the door, they open it with enough force that the damn thing, it moves. It moves the structure. So when it moves, the lock pops out and the door opens. So I found a picture and I sent this to my brother and my sons. And Nando, if you're watching right now, you know exactly what I'm going to show. And for those of you on Instagram, I'm going to turn it around so that you can see. All right, so let me switch this over. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to share this, and this is perfect. Perfect. Here we go. Bam. Look at this shit. Opens unlocked porta-john door, and this is what the guy inside looks like. So I'm not saying this is what I looked like when the door went open, but I'm sure this is what happens at the Detroit airport because the stupid ass locks don't lock the way they're supposed to. So you might see a door that is open, but there's somebody in there. And they open the door and bam, what you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when this poo is all over you? Oh man, we got Samantha over here saying, if that is not so accurate, for sure, right? Exactly. My brother says labored and sweating, probably like, come on, brother. Yes, he did the same thing I did. Cassandra says, okay, some of those gaps are ridiculous between the stall and the door. You might as well just be pooping without a door at all. Nothing like making awkward eye contact with the person waiting. Yeah, exactly. Or if there's people waiting in line or something like that, and you're standing there, the door opens, and then everyone's like, okay, are you next? Or and then while you two are figuring it out, somebody just walks right in and is like, later, I'm about to drop it. Let's see. Ryan says, have a good one, brother man. Jumped on to take a break from packing for the NC Nina Wellness event. Thank you again for sponsoring. You are so welcome. I cannot wait to see pictures and hear about all of it, dude. You guys are doing some awesome shit. Thank you for doing that. That is awesome. And for giving me the opportunity to be a sponsor as well. I love it. So again, in Detroit, like this is what happens. The door opens. So now let me switch this back over here really quick. Okay, there we go. Hello, Instagram. So what I started doing now is my backpack, which I hate it. I hate putting my backpack on the damn floor because it's dirty as fuck. But I put my backpack right down by the door so that if the lock ends up coming off, not the lock coming off, but the door opens, it won't open all the way. And if somebody's trying to open the door, my backpack is there and there's like some give. And there was one time where I had my backpack there and someone tried to open the door and they're like, "Oh, is there somebody in there?" And I said, yeah, dude." And they're like, "Oh, my bad." I'm like, "Okay." Jeez. With the stupid doors, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Detroit, you've got an amazing airport. Why the fuck do your doors, your locks why are they not part of that awesomeness? Instead, you end up seeing this right here. People pushing, hoofing, and wishing the door would stay shut. Because then, if the door opens, like, you got to be like, "Oh, stay together, cheeks, and get up." And then shut the door and try to keep it locked. Oh, it's so horrible. Selena says, just be awkwardly polite, introduce yourself through the door crack, right? Like you're with like that with one eye looking through, like, "Hey, how's it going? I'll be done here. I'll be done pretty soon. Just hold up, all right? Just hold up. Wait a minute. Don't go there because I ain't with it." Cassandra says, door crack hack, jackets and hoodies work great. Yes. You're correct. They do. But that's just one of the things that I wanted to share with you because that shit's funny, man. It sucks. It sucks. But it's hilarious. And it also allows me to talk about this with all of you because I don't care. Even if it's at my expense, I don't care. Because this shit's funny, man. It's not funny at the time. Because today, when I landed in Detroit, I shit you not. That's funny that I said that. I shit you not. Because we're talking about shit. I think I got up about 5 times because the door kept opening. By the time, like that 5th time, I was like, I don't even have to go to the bathroom anymore. I don't have to go. I'm just sitting here freaking out, watching the door. Oh my God. It's so funny. See, 91 Bowler here says, just as bad is when some design idiot thinks it's a good idea to put a full-length mirror in front of the urinals. Even if you are looking straight ahead, you're looking at... That's crazy. I walked into one place to see everyone staring at the ceiling. Oh. Cassandra says, what the fuck? You have permission to go to the women's. Dude, that would probably be better. I mean, I can only imagine that it's like completely spotless and clean and like chandeliers and not really. I don't know. But it's probably definitely a lot nicer than the men's bathroom because it's just a bunch of fucking dudes going beast mode. I don't want to hear somebody just going, "Oh, that's the one." And I'm thinking, "No, it's not the one. That's the two." Oh my god. That is horrible. Thank you all for humoring me. I saw that meme and I thought it was hilarious. Now, we're getting towards the end of open mic for tonight, and this has been awesome to be here with all of you. I've got one last video to share, and one of my homies sent this to me, and it was I don't remember if it was taking off of Reels or TikTok. It might be Reels is where it was taken off. Oh wait, Courtney says sometimes the women's restrooms are worse than the men's. Oh, well, shit. I'll go use the family one then. I think this one was off of Reels, and the name that it said that it belonged to, because I want to make sure that the person gets credit for this, right? It was John Williamson. Okay, John Williamson. So I want to play this, and I want to see your thoughts. And for those of you who are here on Instagram, I'm gonna switch it over as well, so that you can see it. And let me switch this really quick. This will be the last thing I show you, and then we'll go into the wrap up of this. So let me switch this around for those on Instagram. And right here. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. Orlando here says, had a lady come into the men's room in Vegas because there was a line at the ladies. Excuse me, guys. Oh, that's funny. Okay, here we go. Okay, it was only 14 seconds. Let me play that again. Okay? Because this could have been a dispatch this. And maybe I'll play this next week on open mic as well, so we can have a little more discussion and see how this would be dispatched or how you think this call would come in. Cassandra says that ambulance had other places to be. For real, right? Okay, let me play it one more time. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at how fast it's going too. Like that thing was hauling ass. All right, let me put my headset back on. Let me switch this for Instagram here. There we go. All right. So, how crazy is that shit? Okay, let's slow motion it here. Look at that. It's there. It's going off. And you know the dude in the semi is like, "Oh my lord." I mean, they're beeping, right? Let's see. Naman Bowler says, "I'm sure there will be a few AMR jokes." Selena says, "Oh wait." Samantha here says, "Maximum overdrive for real." The ambulance knew what it was doing. Yes. Yes. If you've ever watched Maximum Overdrive, that's some shit right there. Yes. See, Selena says, ambulance POV, I am not going to that house again. Char says, clearly he forgot to snap the strap and say, yep, that'll hold for sure. Yes. Lone says, Central, all units have a runaway ambulance on the freeway. That's correct. A runaway ambulance. Because look how fast that thing was going. So it goes boom to the right, to the left, almost like it has hydraulics, like side to side, front, back, side to side, like 16 switches and shit. That's what this That's what this looked like. Jolie, what's going on? Says, I hear McDonald's is hiring, bud. James says, areas are so short staffed. That's an ambulance carrier. It delivers an ambulance and crew to respond to the scene from the nearest exit. Yes, correct. Oh, man. Cassandra says, I hear people complain about a rough ride. This is proof. Yes. Oh, man. So just scrubbing through it here a little more. So look at that. It's just, it completely takes off. Like, F that, I'm out. And just continues. The funny thing is, if you noticed in the video, it appears that the ambulance is actually in the lane and going on the lane. It's going straight away, which is crazy. So I might play this again next week for next week's open mic so we can discuss it a little bit more as we're going into the wrap up of this one right now. But I might post it up so that we can get some more people just adding some comments, right? Adding some comments on how they would dispatch that. And because this, you're right, I haven't done dispatch this in a while, and that was a lot of fun. And if you have any videos or funny pictures or anything like that that would work for a dispatch this, please send it in and we can share that on there again, whether it be a video or just a picture, because that's one of the funniest things is going into the discussion of this. There was one with a bear, right? A bear that was inside a house and it was on a computer. It looked like it was trying to get on the internet. And one of the things that we were doing was that we were doing the dispatch this, but at the same time, I was going like on the other side, talking as if I'm the bear, calling 911 to be like, this guy that's here, I'm just trying to check. I think I said that the bear was trying to check his Tinder or some shit like that, or something on the computer, and was upset because the person was trying to kick them out of the house. So it was funny to be able to get some of these and play both sides and do these scenarios. Again, that's what open mic is about, and we're having fun doing this, and I love it, and I love being here with all of you. So let me take this video down here really quick because we are going into the wrap up of open mic for tonight. And the way this was going on Instagram and here with all of you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, I might switch it to Saturday, man. I'm going to put it out there to see what people think, but all of you here in the audience on both were saying that Saturday is good. So maybe Saturday instead of Thursday. Because this has been a lot of fun. There's been a lot of people, the engagement, all of it. Let me know what you think. Again, let me know. But we're gonna do the dispatch this again, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So thank you for joining me today here on Instagram, as well here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter for Open Mic Live. What is your number now? What is your number? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you now feeling? Oh, Samantha over here. I would not be mad at that at all. All right, awesome. So we've got over here on Instagram, over here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let me know what you think about a Saturday instead. But also, what is your number? Again, scale of 1 to 10. 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome. Did your number go up if it was a lower number? Or did it go up at all? But also, even if the number stayed the same, I hope that all the stuff we were talking about today, that you at least feel better. And you're here with all of us, sharing these stories. Again, whether it's 911 stuff or personal stories like we were talking about, excuse me, with the airport and everything. How are you feeling? Because that's what this is about. And I love being here with all of you and sharing these stories. And thank you for the job that you guys do on a daily basis is the most vital piece of public safety. Not a lot of people can do it, but you're doing it. You're kicking ass and taking names. And even if you don't hear it, or even if you don't know it, you're making an impact. You might not ever know, but to those that you spoke to, that you helped, they're feeling it. And it's because of all of you that people are making it through the day. So thank you, all of you. This live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital. Big shout out to patrons and Facebook subscribers as always. If you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the show, you can email us. And that'll be wttpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to become a subscriber of the podcast, on Instagram, I have to get 10,000 followers before I can do a subscription type thing. So as soon as I hit that, which I'm trying to do, and make sure to share on Instagram as well, I'll be able to do that. But for the moment, Facebook, that is facebook.com/within the trenches podcast/support. You can become a subscriber of the podcast. It's 99 cents a month and you get a lot of stuff. You get bonus content and everything. But the Facebook and Instagram, once it happens, it's a light version of Patreon. And if you want to be a patron of the podcast, it is patreon.com/WTT podcast. There are 7 different tiers, and it starts at $1 and it goes up to more. And there's all kinds of swag, bonus content, discounts to the store, t-shirts, hats, patches, all types of stuff that you can see there. So check that out if you want to be a patron of the podcast, patreon.com/WTT podcast. And I thank you so very much. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for all of you, but especially all of you who are here listening, supporting, sharing, all of it. Thank you so very much. This can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter, and as well as Instagram. And for the flagship show Within the Trenches podcast, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. And this was amazing. And I will see you all in the next one.